Breaking news from the New York Times, but don't expect to hear it from them directly. After 2 years pushing a Russian disinformation claim about Hunter Biden's notorious laptop, the Times quietly admitted they authenticated the laptop and its contents. How weird. In other words, they did journalism. Earlier today on Fox, former Attorney General Bill Barr said he was, quote, shocked, I say, by President Biden's lies and the media's cover-up. Watch.
I was very disturbed during the debate when candidate Biden lied to the American people about the laptop. He's squarely confronted with the laptop, and he suggested that it was Russian disinformation and pointed to the letter written by some intelligence people that was baseless, which he knew was a lie. And I was shocked by that. And fortunately, the DNI came out and said, no, it's not disinformation. The FBI said the same thing. The media ignored it.
Yeah, they did. So will liberal outlets ever acknowledge their own disinformation campaign? Will the president be held accountable for covering up his son's shady dealings? The party panel is back. Gary Hoffman, Leslie Marshall, Spike Cohen. Wholly unsurprising, Gary. A lot of people got it wrong. They didn't want it to be true. But now that they know it is, pretty much everyone is coming out with mea culpa, right?
Yeah, it would be wonderful if they did a mea culpa. Politicians, sports figures, actors, celebrities, and of course the New York Times. Nobody comes out and says, hey, we completely screwed this up. We thought Tom Brady was going to retire for good. Oh, I'm sorry, Hunter Biden's laptop. I thought that was the same story. It's about the same believability, perhaps.
And Gisele Bündchen is behind all of it, oddly enough. So 2014, Hunter Biden gets this big, fat, plum paycheck from Ukraine, from an energy company. And now there's a war in Ukraine with Russia. How weird. And so much of it revolves around energy. So what is it about the Bidens in Russia and Ukraine, Leslie?
Well, we're going to blame the war for Vladimir Putin invading a nation that he's had his heart set on reclaiming to be Russia since before some of us were born, on Hunter Biden. That's funny in a stretch. Let's talk about the journalist. Washington Post, which is not considered to be a right-wing media outlet, in October of 2020, they broke the story. New York Times, every other outlet, we're not doing journalism 101. You're right on that, Kennedy. They should have done their journalistic integrity, their due diligence, and they should have checked to see if the story was accurate, even though it did seem wonky. A guy's got a computer. He gives it to Rudy Giuliani because nobody picks it up, and Rudy Giuliani gives it to the New York Post, which is certainly not considered to be a left-leaning, journalistic outlet as well. So I think the journalists were completely wrong here, but I don't think, and I know there was one poll that would disagree with me, that it would have an outcome as to Joe Biden not being president at the end. I don't think it would change the outcome of the election.
Suspended the New York Post, would not allow them to post or retweet anything because they said that they had published hacked information. But so, Spike, I will ask you, since Leslie completely dodged the question, isn't there something weird about the Bidens, energy, Russia, and Ukraine, and the fact that we are all seeing this come to the fore right now while Joe Biden is president?
Well, first of all, what if the plot twist is that the New York Times is also Russian disinformation? Ooh. But no, to go back to your question, I think that Joe Biden is not the only one who has a child who has been employed by Burisma and other Ukrainian energy companies. I don't think we'll even know for many more years just how much cloak-and-dagger there is there and how much back deals there are there. Energy is the main thing that flows between Russia and Western Europe, much of it through Ukraine. So that would make perfect sense that there's all sorts of skullduggery happening there. Back to your original question as to, is there going to be any accountability here? Absolutely not. No. Nothing that came up on the laptop. Hunter Biden, even if he is prosecuted for something, his father happens to be president. He will absolutely pardon him, and the media will say, well, it's his son, so, why wouldn't he do that? So, no one's going to be held accountable. Surprise, surprise.
Codependency is a hell of a drug. Meanwhile,